What's going on, guys? How we doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. I hope everyone's Christmas was well. Ours was really good. We did well as a store and, you know, as a person. Oh, let me show you what a customer got for me. This is amazing. Check this out. Huh? So this is from Flesh and Blood. This is a dragon from Flesh and Blood. It's on tin, hand painted, signed by the artist. Check this shit out. Huh? Crazy, right? Awesome. That was a really good gift. I really appreciate that. Simon, thank you very much. You're the best. You rock. All right, so this whole series is me pretty much answering your questions, trying to help you out, trying to, you know, make it as easy. It's not going to be easy. I'll tell you right now, straight off the bat, it's not going to be easy, but if you can get little nuggets of strategy from these videos that you can implement yourself in your business. Granted, everything I do might not work for you, but it's gonna let you figure it out a little bit easier. Who am I? My name is Rob. I own and operate RNG-Gamez. We do multiple hundreds of thousands of transactions on TCG Player a year. I'm here to answer your questions. So let's get right to it. Our first question is from Benjamin Anti-Go Stuff. I don't think I said that right, but whatever. How do you vet people to work for you? I am basically the person you've mentioned, selling cards out of my closet. I have bigger goals and don't want to have a store. I am at the impasse where I still have a job, and if I grow a little more, I'd probably need people to help, at least for a day or two during set releases, and have been considering something like TaskRabbit. I wouldn't do that, but also would be nervous about having people in my house. Probably some people in my play group would help. That's where I would start if I'd ask them, but not solution long-term. Basically, like you mentioned, my employees were all, you know, customers first. That's usually how it works with this type of thing. Granted, you don't have a store, so they're not going to be customers. I would look towards your play group, people you play with. That would be a great start, because they know the cards, they know the different variations, they know it. So when I hired anyone at the store, it was always a specific specialty like they had. Like my first employee, I got Magic. Second employee, I tried to get Pokemon, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. So you always want to try and cover your base. If you're just doing Magic, I would start with your play group. You're gonna trust them, and I would just start there. Doing TaskRabbit, I would not recommend doing that whatsoever, just because they have no clue the, you know, ins and outs of the industry or ins and outs of the cards themselves. They don't know. You'd have to do way more training every task. Like it would just, like you would hire a TaskRabbit and it would just be for training. Like you would train them, and it's just like, I might as well do it. You know what I mean? So I would start with your play group. They're gonna think it's fun, so, you know, they're gonna like doing it. Try and get people that enjoy the work, and then it's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel like a hangout session, which, you know, majority of the times it normally does. So I hope that answers the question. Next question. All right. So next question is from TS Law J, I believe. Hi, Rob. Love your videos. I'm getting to the point where sorting cards is becoming a bottleneck and thinking about investing in a card sorter. I see you have the Roka and one other. Can you go into pros and cons about using them? Yeah, sure. So granted, the pros of any sorting robot is speed. You're gonna be sorting cards like a madman. Your output will 10 to 20x. Cons, price. You know, the Roka, when I got in, it was $25,000. That's for the base level. They have a Roka Max now, which is like 5x the capacity of mine. Probably another $10,000 or $15,000. We also have TCG machine, which is the Cybatch 9000. That one, there is no way you can buy the machine outright, so it's lease only. And the base pricing, which is straight on their website, I believe, is around $600 a month. And we're on the $1,200 a month program for that, so which allows you to pretty much have uncapped access to sorting. Price is definitely a factor. That's definitely a con, because like I mentioned, if you lease both machines, you're going to be on the hook for around $2,400 a month. Now you have to, you know, take into consideration of how much revenue that would bring into the business. If you think it would be worth it for you to buy or lease a machine and you can make that or more, then yeah, it's totally worth it. You have a backlog of cards. Let's say it's 5, 10,000, 20,000 cards and you don't have any more, or a constant flow of cards, then it's probably not worth it for you to do it. Me being a store, having my hand on the pulse, people come to me with bulk all the time. I'm always opening stuff. I'm always getting deals from like distribution for closeout stuff, things that they can't sell. So me having these things really helps with that process of opening, cracking, and sorting and listing and getting this stuff out the door. I think it's worth it, but that's just coming from me. The thing that made it worth it for me, I was sitting there sorting my 3rd case of Strixhaven straight. This was like hour 9, and I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I threw in the towel. I immediately whipped out the Amex and was like, shashing, give me that machine. I cannot do it anymore. And that's literally what I did. And it was such a good thing I did for my business. I cannot tell you. I recommend it. I get no kickback from any of the companies whatsoever. Nothing, 0. So I have both machines. Both machines are lovely. Both machines do things differently. The Roca is going to be more accurate with alphabetizing and pretty much alphabetizing. It's going to really streamline the alphabetizing process. The side batch is great for like making lots for Amazon, sifting. It's so fast for sifting. It could sift like you would not believe. Sifting, what I mean by sifting is like sifting for value. Like, let's say I buy a bunch of bulk and I want to sift the cards that are over 25 cents or $1. It'll do it so quick. It's not even funny. So those are some of the pros, and the cons, like I said, is price. And, you know, with any type of piece of machinery, there are some hiccups here and there. It's not a 100% accurate machine. It's a machine. It'll break down. So things do happen, and you have to take that into consideration. Just like when you buy a car. You buy a car for $20,000, $25,000. Yeah, the brakes go. You have to change the oil every so often. These things happen, and I'm on all the forums and on all the Discords and all these things like that, and I see these people complaining that just like get these machines, and I'm like, dude, you just got it. It's straight out the box. Give it a second to breathe. You're gonna have to figure it out, tweak it. But you know, granted, there are some things that happen that can be avoided, but. Anyway, I think it's worth it. I love them. Oh, and by the way, the Patreon $15 level is completely full, and it will never be open again. I am forever closing it. So if you're in, you're in. From now on, it will only be the unlimited level, and that's it. And I'll only be opening a few spots every month. I'm really trying to keep this one close to the chest, keeping it a very exclusive group. It just started to snowball. So $50 only. Patron access will be for unlimited patrons only, the people that really want to, you know, order a lot of product. I don't give out, people were asking for like pricing samples or samples of the website. I don't do that. I can't give, this website's password protected. I can't give you sample access. I'm sorry. Granted, if you want to see wholesale access to Magic the Gathering, just go on eBay and look. There it is. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on anyone. 9 times out of 10, a product comes out, and for now, wholesale is on eBay. eBay is wholesale. So just go on eBay and look. There's wholesale. Every so often, there is a product that comes out like Lord of the Rings, where a lot of people, my patrons, did really well on it. And I never change the prices. If a product goes up, it goes up. You take the risk with me, you get rewarded with me. That's how it works. So yeah, $15 patron level is full and shut down. So they will only be $50 patron access from here on out. I appreciate everyone who joined, and let's get to the questions. All right, next question is from Cuts Cards. I tried to find it in your older video, but what are those bulk box Klingon tools that you keep cards from falling over in your storage boxes? Best tool, love them. Again, no kickback. Tool I use every day. Can't seem to figure out what they're called, and would solve a lot of headaches packing cards with order. So I'll go get them. I made it. So here it is. Boom. That is the company. Sidekick Supplies. They make these for long boxes, like for your comic books, so your comic books don't fall over, but they also do it for trading cards. They sent me this as a sample. They're lovely. I enjoy them. I'll put the link in the description. Again, no kickback. Love the product. It is great. It's so simple. That's what makes it so good. Like, it's so simple. It's just so simple. And it was a solution to a problem, and they did it. I love it. So I'll put the link in the description. Love the product. All right, next question is from Herman Nimshaw. I have a pro account and am primarily into bulk Pokemon with a few other products. On my bulk cards, how can I save on shipping outside of hopefully not fake eBay stamps? I got your tip on having a floor, but worry I'll price myself out. Well, you're gonna price yourself out in the beginning. Let me finish this. Your channel's amazing. Thanks for the great content. Sorry, I had to say that. Like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, so that's gonna happen in the beginning. If you just have like a few sets, yeah, you're gonna be pricing yourself out. But as your inventory grows and grows and grows, it becomes an impossible task to price yourself out with the amount of variety you have. Because there'll always be someone trying to get that $5 free shipping that's gonna buy that 25-cent card that's worth 10 cents. Good things don't happen overnight. It takes time. I've had some people like really frustrated that, you know, they're like, I've been, you know, like I'm a guru or something. I'm not. I'm just a guy who did this for years. And now I just make videos and still do it. But like, I've been doing this for years and it does work. So you have to kind of let it ride and don't worry about it. Let the chips fall where they may. And that first time you get like a card that you sold for 25 cents, that's 5 cents, you'll be like, it works. And then you sort of hit that tipping point of having enough variety to where people are just gonna buy it because to save that $5 shipping. It's gonna happen. It takes time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So just get that out of your mind. You are going to price yourself out, but if you really have to worry about selling those, you know, 15 to 25 cent cards to make a profit, you're going to have to rethink some things. Because granted, I know selling bulk, it's mostly that stuff, but over time, the more variety you get of cards, the more you could charge for your cards. And then, you know, you get into things where selling on TCG Player might not be for you. You might start your own website, do eBay exclusively, or other things. But for the most part, just starting off, if you want to go to scale, I would say TCG Player is probably the best route to do it. If you want to sort of squeeze every last penny out of your card, probably eBay would be the best option. I see it all the time, people doing play sets. There's so much variety you could do in the trading card market and niche that there's so much you could do. It's mind-numbing. You could do a lot of stuff. But I hope that answered the question. You're gonna price yourself out in the beginning, but over time with enough variety, and once you hit scale, it becomes a non-issue. Next question. All right, this is a long question from the BearNecessity TCG. It's a cool name. It's a cool name. I like it. Rolls off the tongue. Here's my story. I started on my YouTube channel and TCG Player seller account around 5 months ago. Congrats, awesome. The idea was to buy discounted sealed product, do an unboxing video, and then sell the cards with the goal of breaking even. You and me both, brother. That's how this channel started. Of course, try to make money where I can. There we go. Then get monetized on YouTube. The ad revenue would be rolled into dividend stocks. I love a good dividend stocks. This sounds like my story. So far, it's working pretty well. I have about 700 more subscribers to go through. It's a tough grind. My first 1,000 subscribers I did not get for 2 years. So just letting you know that. It's tough. But then you'll get one video that you'll get all the subscribers from. That's just how YouTube works. 7 more subscribers go. The stats on my TCG Player account, 100% rating, seller, level 4, 2,737 net sales. I opened a $1,000 credit card to buy cards and pay the statement balance off in full every month. Good. That's what I recommend. Definitely never carry a balance. My question is it time for me to expand my buying power and go well beyond my $1,000 limit? Should I start buying $5,000 at a time? Or will there be pitfalls that I don't see while boosting my inventory? Yeah, I mean, of course, once you Because right now you're coasting $1,000 at a time you're buying, and you're coasting. So once you start to, you're gonna 5x that. So could you go back into your mind and think about every time you're shipping, every time you're sorting, every time you're doing anything with the business? Could you do that at 5 times the rate by yourself? And if it's something that you can do, then yeah, go for it. If it's something that you think you can't do, you're probably gonna have to hire something. So that's gonna be more expenses for you. That's something you're gonna have to factor in. Again, like if you 5x your output, think about it like this: you're gonna be generating way more trash. There's gonna be a lot more things that you're gonna have to put in place. You might have to hire someone. I don't think so. 5,000 seems to be like people think $5,000 in trading cards is like a pallet. It's not. It's like a box is big. It's really not a lot of stuff. So I think 5,000 is a perfect cruising point for a solopreneur. Like me alone, I could do, but granted, I have the rote guy, I have everything. I do probably like 40 to 50 displays of a commander deck myself, with the Rokas and everything like that. I could do that a weekend, no problem, with all the shipping, fulfillment. And that could be around $5,000, $4,000 or $5,000. Depends on what it is. But yeah, if you have it and you can flip it and you could do it and you have a good deal and you're using Mox Alpha, link in the description, affiliate code, RNG-Gamez at checkout, save some money. If you could do that, I would do it. I mean, and if your goal is but here's the problem you're gonna run into. You're gonna wanna make content with every single box that you buy, and that's gonna be your main time sink, is making the content. So you're gonna have to choose between making content or opening the product, and that's gonna be your main snag point. So I would do it, but I'm a nut job psychopath and I do crazy things with money, especially when it comes to business stuff and trying to grow the business. So I might not be the greatest guy to ask this question to, but I would do it, especially if you have a 0% card. But let's not talk about that. We can make a whole episode about that. That's pretty much how this business grew, and leveraging a shit ton of money. But anyway, we're deleveraged now, but that's how it grew. Next question. All right, next question is from Lord Artek. Yeah, I have been in MTG buying and selling for close to 15 years. Nice, you got some time under your belt. I'm looking to do this from home, unless I can run a store from home via employees. That would be extremely hard, especially that's something you would have to do. Like you would have to run the store for a number of years, like with those employees, and then you'd be able to step back. As I have $100K a year IT job that I can't give up at this time. I understand, believe me. I was in a similar situation. How much did you start with, and can I do it from home buying collections? Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. And I have room to do singles, not a huge amount, but I can move a bit if needed. Yeah, I mean, you could totally do it from home if you're buying collections. The only thing you're gonna run into with buying collections as a person from home is people selling you their collections as, like, let's say Facebook Marketplace, all this other stuff. From people selling to a home dealer are gonna value their cards a lot more higher than selling it to a store. It's weird. I don't know what it's about, but you're gonna have to pay up. It sounds like you're paying up, but you're really not. It's kind of weird. So what a lot of people do is they do 70% TCG player low. It's like it's a lot higher, but it's not. What I do is I do like 60% of TCG player median, or like 50% if they want cash of median. It works out to be the same thing, but in like the seller's mind, they're like 50%. They pick up their briefcase and they're out the door. But if I can't physically in my brain, the capacity of my brain, I can't sit and talk them through how it's the same thing. I can't, but that's how my system works. So 70% TCG player low is going to be pretty much 50% of median. 70% TCG player low, yeah, you can make a decent margin, especially if you're doing like, you're going to have to do a lot of eBay with that. You could do a lot of TCG player, but 70% of TCG player low, you can't really jump on the low, especially if you're direct, because fees are going to eat into that, and it's going to be hard. It is doable, but it's going to be hard. You're going to have to really know where each card's gonna go value-wise. Like, okay, this card is gonna go on eBay for X reason. This card's gonna go on TCG Player for Y reason. This card's gonna go on this platform from this reason. And all this stuff comes with experience, and it changes. There's no like cookie cutter staple format that I can give you with this value goes on here for this reason. It's just like, you're just gonna have to figure it out, and over time, it changes. Like right now, oh yeah, like the Phyrexian oil slick lands I've been selling like crazy on eBay. They do not move on TCG Player. I could put them on TCG Player for $3.50. They don't move. I sell them on eBay for $6 each. I don't know why, but that's just what it is. So I reallocate them to eBay, and you don't know that until you test things out yourself. So test things out and figure shit out. You're gonna have to just test things out. So if you're buying collections, you're gonna have to figure out the best way to move them. And TCG Player might not be the best solution for the whole collection, is what I'm saying. So it could very much be possible. You're just gonna have to figure shit out along the way, and it's gonna take a lot of time. And the $100K a year IT job, is it working from home? I don't know if you said that, but if it's working from home, then dude, go for it, man. Jesus. All right, so those are all the questions for today. If you have new questions, leave them in the comments below. I will get to them in a future episode. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good New Year. I'll see you later. Bye. Love you.